I-5 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai.
We hit a high temperature today of 86 degrees, but tomorrow we've got changes on the way. I'll have all the details on what you can expect coming up. Now on News Channel 6 at 6, a partnership between Augusta National Golf Club and Tiger Woods. How the team up will bring more education options to students in Augusta. Azure News at 6 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 6.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Coverage you can count on begins with neighbors living near the old Lamore Elementary School property reacting to Augusta National Golf Club's plans to give it a new purpose. The property is across from Richmond Academy on Baker Avenue, and it hasn't been used in 14 months. And that's where we find News Channel 6's Graham Lee. And Graham, this project has neighbors really excited about the future.
Well, no question about it, Jenny. The Augusta National Chairman, Fred Rivley, announced last Monday that the club is intending to partner with Tiger Woods and his nonprofit, the TGR Foundation, to bring a TGR learning lab here to the Garden City. Richmond County school leaders have shared their excitement, and those living nearby are saying the same.
One of the foundation's most impactful and familiar programs is the TGR Learning Lab. Today, I'm proud to share that Augusta National is partnering with Tiger and the TGR Foundation to develop the fourth location here in Augusta.
Chairman Ridley sharing the news along with a video statement from the five-time Masters champion. The property has been vacant since December 2023 when the school board decided to sell it. But soon, it'll be home to one of 4 locations, with the others in Anaheim, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia.
And now that the Nationals putting their name on it, along with Tiger, it's going to be something. And I think this is going to be a big magnet for the whole area, really.
The education at the Learning Center will be STEAM-focused. The idea is to give students in under-resourced communities the tools they need for a brighter future. Other neighbors say it's just what today's youth needs.
Down here in Augusta, kids are running wild, and, whatever they can get into that interests them, they go for it. So something like this will open their mind up, give them more train of thought, give them a way to be more successful in life.
Bridge Builder Communities is also in the process of bringing the first tiny home village to Augusta down the road on Mary Street. Both of these efforts are only building more excitement.
Those students with the IB program, and you've got Lamar in this learning lab, and you've got a whole tiny home community with people surrounding it trying to work with foster kids who are aging out of the system and transitioning them into adult life. So there's just a whole lot of community gathering and warmth and encouragement, and I think it's the greatest use for this property that you could come up with.
So Chairman Ridley also said this past week that they're intending to serve Richmond County students first, with the potential to serve close to 30,000 students countywide. They're anticipating in officially opening the Learning Center in about 3 years' time in April 2028. Live at Augusta, Graham Lee, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Graham, thank you. Time now to check in with meteorologist Sherry Sheely for a look at the weather. Sherry?
Yes, so it's been a nice warm day for us today. In fact, temperatures topped off at 86 degrees here in Augusta, and it's still very warm out there right now. Just 1 degree cooler than that at 85 degrees in Aiken. We've got 83 on the map, 82 in Saluda and Swainsboro alike. But look at all that sunshine all across the board in the CSRA. But in Swainsboro, yes, we've got the sunshine and blue skies, but as you can see on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam, it is quite windy out there. In fact, current sustained winds in Swainsboro at 10 miles per hour, 9 in Millen, 13 here in Augusta, and 14 in Edgefield. Everyone picking up some of that warm southwesterly winds coming in. And then when we look at our wind gusts, even breezier at 17 miles per hour for those gusts there in Swainsboro and 22 in Aiken. So certainly want to hold on to your hat if you're heading outside this afternoon. Looking at the satellite radar, so we had that high pressure overhead. Now it's moved off the coast. So as that departs from our area and a cold front approaches, we see a tightening of our pressure gradient, which causes those winds to really pick up and sets us up for an even windier day tomorrow and slightly cooler with our temperatures. But for this evening, 80 degrees, still have those sunny skies and remaining clear overnight. But notice those winds still staying pretty elevated, allowing those temperatures to stay pretty warm overnight. So how about 69 degrees at 10 o'clock? So pretty mild going into our evening hours. So we've got near average temps on tap for Tuesday, but those wind gusts could be upwards of 35 miles per hour. I'll have more details on what you can expect for your Tuesday forecast and the week ahead, all coming up. Jenny?
All right, Sherry, thank you. A suspect in a deadly shooting in Covington, Georgia, has died. Last Friday, 24-year-old Dwayne Eda was involved in a standoff with law enforcement in Aiken County. He was on I-20 when he reportedly shot himself and taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead on Sunday. An autopsy has been scheduled. One person is dead after a shooting in McDuffie County. 42-year-old Mario Clemens was found shot at a home on Ridgeview Drive in Thompson. He was pronounced dead at the scene. It happened last night just after 9 p.m. According to the GBI, there are no suspects at this time. Tonight, Aiken City leaders are considering changes to the tax benefits for rehabbing historic properties. City leaders, April 15th, which is tomorrow, is usually the deadline to file taxes, but people in the two-state have a little longer. Bria Smith joins us now in the studio with more. Bria?
Yes, Jenny. Tuesday is the normal deadline to file taxes each year, but with impacts of Hurricane Helene, taxpayers in Georgia and South Carolina have until May 1st. Several people in the two-state have experienced severe damage to their homes and properties. Repairs are something tax experts say you may be able to claim on your taxes this year. We spoke to a CPA who recommends if you've had significant hurricane damage, seeking professional assistance when filing, especially if, when needed, an extension.
Well, the extension will actually give you until October 15th to file the return. Once you file the extension, it's just like a traditional extension, but it's for giving us those couple extra weeks this year because of the hurricane. They're letting us file later, and we need every minute of it because of the casualty losses that we've been trying to calculate for everybody.
A reminder that if you do want to file an extension, it does need to be done by tomorrow, April 15th. Jenny?
All right, Bria, thank you. The IRS is warning Georgians of an uptick in tax scams ahead of the tax deadline. Recent scams include a big payday saying you are entitled to a large tax credit. Scammers may pressure you to share personal, financial, or employment information to steal your data or money. They may even offer to help you create your IRS account online, or make urgent demands to pay up now or face deportation or arrest.
We're not going to text or call, or somebody's not going to show up at the door. It's going to be a letter that's going to come from the state or from the federal government. So let's not turn a season I know is difficult enough into a really bad one.
The IRS says be wary of odd or misspelled web links that can take you to sites that look very similar to. All right, Bria, thank you. The IRS is warning Georgians of an uptick in tax scams ahead of the tax deadline. Recent scams include a big payday saying you are entitled to a large tax credit. Scammers may pressure you to share personal, financial, or employment information to steal your data or money. They may even offer to help you create your IRS account online, or make urgent demands to pay up now or face deportation or arrest.
We're not going to text or call, or somebody's not going to show up at the door. It's going to be a letter that's going to come from the state or from the federal government. So let's not turn a season I know is difficult enough into a really bad one.
The IRS says be wary of odd or misspelled web links that can take you to sites that look very similar to IRS.gov but are fraudulent sites, and do not make tax payments on social media with gift cards or prepaid debit cards. Coming up, a presidential partnership in the White House, why the leader of El Salvador made a visit to D.C. Next.
News Nation.
Today, and save on internet and mobile. Only with Xfinity.
News Channel 6 congratulates Charlotte Garnes, this year's Remarkable Women honoree. Recently, Charlotte was recognized as a News Channel 6 Woman to Watch for her outstanding work with Reinforce, a nonprofit that provides jobs and
with us now.
Yes, so it was warm today, but it's going to be slightly cooler tomorrow, getting back more towards average temperatures and lots of sunshine for the week ahead. I'll have all the details in your full forecast after this break.
Master GMC.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio enclosures.
The live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. The News Channel 6 mobile app is now even better. Download it today. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
So another shot of some beautiful blue skies here outside of Television Park on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. In fact, you can't even spot a cloud out there as we've had lots of sunshine to pick up on and warm temps. How about 85 degrees, our current temp? But we've got those breezy conditions with the winds coming from the southwest at 13 miles per hour. So when you factor that in, it's going to feel more like 82, which I know it's still warm, but a few degrees cooler when you factor in that wind. So speaking of temperatures, let's look across the nation. We can see lots of warmth throughout the southeast, including 82 in Birmingham, 83 in Jacksonville, 81 in Little Rock. But then we have a little bit of a gradient here where we have more of the 60s in Oklahoma City and Kansas City. So usually when you see that, that indicates a cold front, and that's what we see on our big picture there. But not a huge difference on each side of that front, just, a little bit of a cool front, if you will. And also when we have those cold fronts, we usually see some rain coming through, but that is not the case this time. In fact, it is a dry, cool front, if you will. In fact, we don't have a rain chance not only for tomorrow, but for the whole entire week, with our next rain chance not coming in until next Monday. So a nice little dry stretch there for us. So not a whole lot to see on our future cast in regards to the rain, but mainly the winds are going to be our top story. Right now we're getting that southwesterly flow with that high pressure drifting off the coast, but as that cold front comes through, we'll notice a few more clouds sneaking in tomorrow. So we're going to go with a partly cloudy Tuesday for you. But on the back side of that front, we're going to see a shift in our wind direction. So it's going to be coming more from the northwest, and also with the tightening of the gradient, it's going to be pretty breezy out there for tomorrow. But notice on the back side of that front, things are still staying nice and clear as we have another high pressure system building in. So speaking of those wind gusts, starting at midnight tonight, overnight, you can see it's still going to be pretty breezy with wind gusts upwards of about 17 miles per hour. And then tomorrow morning, it's going to be very windy with wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour and peaking in the 30s tomorrow afternoon. So with those elevated winds tonight, it's going to allow temperatures to stay on the mild side. In fact, lows only in the upper 50s. Some places in the CSRA may maintain temps in the 60s overnight under those clear skies thanks to those winds. But for tomorrow, we're going to have partly cloudy skies and more average temperatures, even though slightly cooler than today, in those upper 70s there for us. So looking at the 10-day, lots of sunshine on tap, but tomorrow is going to be a little bit cooler than today with those windy conditions, but plenty of sunshine in the week ahead. But check out the weekend as we have temperatures in the 80s, possibly getting close to 90 by Sunday. So no need for an umbrella anytime soon, but congratulations to today's umbrella contest winner, David Hawkins from Thompson, Georgia. So come on down to Television Park to claim your prize so you'll be ready when that rain comes in next week.
That's right, good idea. Coming up, the South Carolina Gamecocks prepare for their annual Garnet and Flag Spring game. Hear what their first-year offensive coordinator has to say coming up in sports.
This is my favorite. What do you think of this one? From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Black Excellence.
$1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Children First on News Channel 6 is sponsored by Bridgestone. The Live Viper 6 mobile app. Download it today. Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
The college basketball season is behind us, but 3 South Carolina players are hoping to make their professional dreams come true at tonight's WNBA draft. Tahina Paopao and Sanaya Fagan will be present at tonight's draft in New York City. USC, though, no stranger to developing talent at the next level. They've sent 11 players to the WNBA since 2016 Now, it would be 4 straight WNBA drafts where a former Gamecock is selected. If that so happens tonight, South Carolina finished the year with a national championship loss to UConn. Coverage, though, is set to begin at 7:30 p.m. on ESPN. And South Carolina is closing in on their spring football camp with the annual Garnet and Black game set to kick off Friday, 7:30 p.m. Now, first-year offensive coordinator Mike Shula will look to build off of South Carolina's success from their 9-4 campaign last season. Quarterback Lenora Sellers returns to the program, continuing his development in the spring. The wide receiving group, though, has 5 true freshmen, which will be a test to see who will be the most game-ready come the fall.
You have so many new players now, right at the beginning, that were different from last year's. So you don't want to spend a whole lot of time like experiment. You want to kind of spend time on the things that we are going to be our foundation, and a lot of that's going to be based on what we did last year.
And the USC Aiken Pacers have a new face leading the women's basketball team. The university announced Brittany Batts as the new head coach after the resignation of previous head coach Mark Miller. Now, Batts spent the last 4 seasons as an assistant coach at Gannon University, where she helped lead the team to Elite 8 appearances in the last 2 seasons. Now, in 2024, she was named the Women's Basketball Coaches Association Assistant of the Year. She will be introduced on Thursday at the Convocation Center at 11:30 a.m., and those fans are welcome to attend as well. Now, over to the Diamond, the Atlanta Braves will host the 22nd annual Spring Classic baseball game between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Now, this is the first time since 2019 that the Spring Classic will be at Truist Park, giving those fans an opportunity to cheer on 2 local teams on a major league stage. Now, tickets, they are $22, with the proceeds going towards the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorders Center. That game starts Tuesday night at 7 p.m.
All rested up from your first Masters?
Absolutely. I'm sad it's over, honestly, Jenny.
Yeah, it was a great week, wasn't it? We'll be right back.
If one of these bad boys crashes into you, their insurance company is going to try to settle with you quickly, but for a lot less. I'm attorney Ken Nugent, and this is my outstanding team.
Hi.
We're known for moving pretty quickly ourselves. Getting your money fast is crucial for your recovery, so we go for the maximum settlement possible. Faster. How fast, you ask? One call, that's all.
CallKen.com.
It's payback time.
It's Carolyn Hyundai's car.
It's going to be a mild night ahead with overnight lows in the upper 50s for us. Tomorrow, slightly cooler with temps right at average, though, in the upper 70s with partly cloudy skies and windy conditions.
DoorDash is now delivering food with sidewalk robots. The company has partnered with Coco, which specializes in automated food deliveries. 600 different merchants are set up to deliver food using the bots. The tests are happening in Chicago and Los Angeles. DoorDash is also experimenting with using drones in some area. And we've seen the video, like different college campuses that have experimented with the robot delivery. Interesting to see it making its way to cities.
That would be, really interesting with the robots. I've never really done DoorDash before, but yeah, that robot's, that's something there. Yeah.
DoorDash is
Interesting.
pretty convenient.
Oh, yes. We take advantage of it a good bit at our house.
Maybe I should use it more often.
Not a bad thing, Gianna.
Yeah, maybe.
That's our report for everybody. We do thank you for joining us. News Channel 6 continues at 7 right after World News Tonight. Then we'll see you again for News Channel 6 at 11. Have a great evening.